Hello, how are you doing today? We're going to go over a few temperature devices. Most of these are Thermoworks. I'm not sponsored by them, nor did they give me any of these products. These are things that I've bought on my own. Temperature control is something that's very important to barbecue. And here are some devices. I trust this company. I've used them professionally in my barbecue cook-offs and everything to that nature. One of the first things we're going to do is the dot. The dot is a little round single item. You can see it has temperature. You can set it to alarm. The probe will snap into the side of it, and what this does, you can actually use this on a meat temperature or on a ambient temperature, which is basically what's the temperature inside of your barbecue pit. One of the ways that you can tell the difference between the probes is a meat temperature probe will have a little thin end on the, and then the pit probe, I'll show you one here out of the other package, will have a big end. See, and that's what you would use for ambient temperature. It's a very simple device, magnetic, sticks on anything, and what this will do is it gives you a way to check your temperature gauge on your pit. Everybody looks at it and says, well, my pit says that it's running such and such temperature. Well, actually it may be different, and what I do with this is I will actually put the probe for the temperature of the pit right beside the meat that I'm cooking. So therefore I get a true reading of what's going on right beside the meat, the temperature that it is there. It's a simple device, very inexpensive, but it will do a lot for you in many ways. Also, another one of Thermoworks' devices is called a chef alarm, and it will come with the meat probe, and it will also come with the temp probe for the pit. And you can set it up however you like. It has a timer on it. You can start and stop. It has an alarm. You can set the temperature on it. It has a port in one side for your different devices. You can put that in there and set it whether you want to do ambient or the meat. So this here can do two devices, two jobs. One being for the meat, one being for the cookery itself. That is something that's very important. I can't stress enough about knowing the temperature of what you're cooking at and what the temperature of the meat is. You don't want to be probing your meat too often though, because it will actually, the juices will run out of each one of those holes. It's just kind of like almost like poking yourself. Something's going to run out. Another device is, and you'll see that a couple of these items, the reason that I'm bringing them up is because I see advertisement for them, is the Thermopot. Now this is very neat. It's very inexpensive. It is like the Thermopen. I know y'all see me do different things with the Thermopen, and I like it because it's an instant read. This one is not as instant as the Thermopen, but it does have the small end. Remember, the small end is for the meat itself, and then it'll have, you just push it and it will come up and it will tell you your temperature. 91 degrees out here today. That's pretty warm, but it's accurate. I like it. It gets the job done. Another device from Thermoworks that I like a lot is this little bitty, basically made for your pocket. And what it is you pull it out and you can stick it in the meat. I keep this one in the house. I use this one all the time. And it will read the device. It's reading 91 degrees, just like the other one was. You put it in and it turns itself off, so you don't have to worry about it. Once you put it in, it is turned off. Like this one here, I set it down without turning it off, and it will sit there and run the battery down eventually. It has two devices on the back. This one right here will actually rotate the temperature. So when you're reading it, it will be, it shows it here, it'll be in all four different directions. So I can sit there and rotate it and see how here. So when you're in there looking in the pit and you stick it in this way, you can actually read it. A lot of times if you're trying to probe the meat inside the pit, you're trying to stick it this direction and it doesn't work. You want to be able to go into the side of it, get the thickest part of the meat, and go from there. All these devices are great. They're also great for gifts. These are very expensive. I didn't pick out the big expensive ones from Thermoworks. Thermoworks is a professional company. I trust their reading on their temperature probes. But yes, the thermopot, always be sure to turn it off. And it turns off. Also the dot, I use this one continuously all the time. It is something that I've learned to be accustomed to using, and it helps a lot because you can measure where the temperature is in different parts of the pit. Your gauge doesn't move, but you can move the probe on this one and catch it at the little end of the pit, or the fire that is the furthest away from the firebox, or you can put it up by the firebox and catch it there, because it's always different. So this is something that will help you to learn your pit. It's really inexpensive. Also makes a great gift if you want to give one of these away. But I do appreciate y'all watching this video. If you have any questions or anything, please put them in the comment box below. Give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel because there will be more to come. There's always a lot of things that I'm looking at, and if anybody has any questions about anything, give me a shout. I'll be more than glad to answer them or help you in any way I can. Thank you, and you have a great day.